Welcome to Royal Daily Report, your trusted source for the royal mysteries that keep us guessing. Let's start with something simple but strange. You've seen Prince William's children, George, Charlotte, and Louis. They're in family portraits. They wave from palace balconies, they smile in birthday photos. You can actually watch them grow up year by year. But when it comes to Harry and Meghan's children, Archie and Lilibet, it's like they've disappeared into thin air. Most people wouldn't even recognize them if they walked by. The few pictures that exist are either from behind, filtered to blur their faces, or shared years after the fact. And even then, fans argue over whether the kids in the photos are even real or just lookalikes. Some believe the images are edited. Others think they're planted. One viral image of Lilibet sparked a debate so intense people thought it was made by AI. Subscribe to Royal Daily Report now. Don't miss why these children stay hidden. So how does this happen? How do two royal children born into one of the most photographed families on Earth end up hidden like a state secret? Sure, Meghan and Harry have said it's about protecting their privacy, and that might be true. But even other royals like Kate and William protect their kids, yet still show the world who they are. Archie and Lilibet, they're like shadows. And here's where it gets interesting. Because what if I told you some former palace insiders say it's not just about privacy? It's about what Meghan fears the public might see. Not in a photo, but in the comparisons, the backlash, the legacy. We're going to get into all of that. But first, let's look at why Harry became so protective in the first place. Because it didn't start with Meghan. It started way before that. And it started with Diana. Before we blame anyone for hiding the kids, we have to go back to the moment that shaped Harry's entire life. He was just 12 years old when his mother, Princess Diana, died in a car crash in Paris. What made it worse? The car was being chased by paparazzi photographers who wanted just one more picture of her. That moment didn't just take his mother, it changed how he saw the world. From that day forward, Harry hated the cameras. He hated the media. And most of all, he hated the feeling of having no control over his own story. Stay tuned to Royal Daily Report. We reveal the Diana effect. Years later, he's made it clear he will not let that happen to his children. That's why he doesn't walk around with Archie or Lilibet in front of flashing lights. That's why there are no front-page baby photos or magazine spreads. He said it over and over again. He's protecting them from the same cycle that destroyed his mom. When he and Meghan stepped away from royal duties in 2020, they talked about building a safe space for their family. Not just from the paparazzi, but from judgment, comparison, and online hate. This is where the Privacy Pact began. Not with Meghan, not with branding, not with Netflix, but with grief. But here's the thing. Even people close to Harry say that, over time, the rules started to bend. And not everyone in the family agreed on how much privacy was enough. Because while Harry wanted his children to disappear from view, Meghan had a different idea. On the surface, Meghan and Harry seemed united when it comes to their kids. No public appearances, no royal balcony moments, no press access. But behind the scenes, it's not that simple. People close to the couple say Harry wants complete invisibility for Archie and Lilibet. No cameras, no press, not even birthday photos for the public. He believes privacy means total silence. Meghan, though, she plays it differently. She shares carefully selected images, backlit, blurred, or from behind. A child's arm, a silhouette in the sunset, a birthday photo with the face just out of frame. She gives glimpses, not full views. It's a middle ground, just enough to stay in control while still telling a story. Don't forget to subscribe to Royal Daily Report for the hidden strategies. Why the difference? Some say it's just personality. Meghan's a former actress. She understands optics. She knows the media game. And maybe, just maybe, she doesn't want her kids to be invisible. She just wants to be the one deciding how and when they appear. But this push and pull has led to some strange decisions. Really strange. If Meghan truly wanted total privacy, we wouldn't see anything. No holiday cards, no baby birthdays, no social media posts. But we do see things, just never enough. Most of the photos Meghan shares of Archie and Lilibet follow the same pattern. Back of the head, blurred from a distance, faces covered by hats, hair, or shadows. Soft lighting that makes it feel more like a mood than a moment. Take the 2024 holiday card. It featured both kids, but neither of their faces were visible. Just silhouettes and soft focus scenes of a family playing outside. It was sweet, sure, but also strange for royal children. This kind of image is extremely rare. Then there's Lilibet's birthday photo posted to celebrate her turning 1. It went viral, not because of what it showed, but because of what it didn't. Her face was half covered by her hair. Fans zoomed in. They debated her features. Some claimed it wasn't even really her. Compare that to Kate and William's approach. Every birthday, they release clear, bright photos of their children, smiling, laughing, sometimes taken by Kate herself. The message is simple. Here we are. This is our family. Meghan's message is different. You can look, but only on my terms. Royal Daily Report, bringing you the contrast. So what is she trying to control? The answer might surprise you, because some people think it's not about hiding their identity. It's about avoiding something else entirely. Something Meghan has tried to shut down for years, but it keeps coming back. And that something is comparisons. Now, here's where things get a little more complicated and a lot more strategic. When Harry and Meghan left their royal duties, they didn't just ask for privacy. They signed a major media deal, a multi-million-dollar contract with Netflix. That deal came with expectations, content, access, and most importantly, interest. And what generates more interest than a royal baby? To royal babies who the world hasn't really seen. That's why some people believe Meghan and Harry are playing the long game. Instead of giving the public photos for free, they're holding back until the right moment when the audience is built, when the brand is aligned, when the price is right. In their Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, viewers saw private home videos and childhood moments. But even then, Archie and Lilibet's faces were barely visible. Blurry, quick shots. Nothing close-up, nothing clear. So was that privacy? Or was it a teaser? Subscribe now to Royal Daily Report. We reveal the business strategy. Because here's where the rumors begin. Some industry insiders say Meghan is planning something bigger. A full reveal, maybe even a sit-down special or a product-tied campaign. Not just another post or card, but a moment. A marketing moment. But first, let's get into something Meghan may be even more concerned about than fame or business comparisons. And one royal child in particular keeps coming up. Behind all the privacy talk, behind the filtered photos and blurry clips, there's one reason that hits a little deeper. Meghan doesn't want Lilibet to be compared not just to any child, but to Princess Charlotte. In one conversation revealed by a former staffer, Meghan reportedly said she didn't want to be part of pitching children against each other. That line says a lot because in the royal world, comparisons are constant. Outfits, smiles, hair color, posture, even handwriting. Princess Charlotte, for example, has already been labeled confident, royal ready, a future queen's right hand. She's photographed often, praised by the press, adored by fans. Now imagine placing Lilibet next to her. Every magazine cover becomes a silent battle. Who's cuter? Who's better dressed? Who looks more like Diana? Meghan knows how fast the world picks favorites, and after everything she went through in the royal spotlight, she doesn't want that pressure falling on her daughter. Some insiders believe this is why she avoids traditional photo releases altogether. It's not just privacy, it's protection from comparison. But here's where the irony cuts deep. The more Meghan hides her children, the more curious the public becomes. And the more curiosity builds, the harder it becomes to control the story. Royal Daily reports your window into the fear of comparison, which is probably why their next move at a place as public as Disneyland got so much attention. Alright, let's talk about that Disneyland stunt. It was supposed to be a low-key family outing. Meghan, Harry, Archie, and Lilibet were spotted walking through Disneyland in California. But here's where the story gets interesting. During the visit, very few people were actually able to see Archie and Lilibet clearly. Archie was wearing a large Mickey Mouse hat, and Lilibet mostly stayed out of view. In most moments, her face was either turned away, shaded by a stroller cover, or partially blocked while being carried. When a handful of photos appeared online, their faces were covered with emojis before being shared publicly. The visit felt less like a typical celebrity outing and more like a carefully planned effort to maintain privacy. There were no crowd photos, no posed family selfies, and no official press images. Naturally, this level of privacy sparked conversation online. Some people felt the approach showed responsible parenting, especially given the intense attention surrounding royal children. Others joked that the secrecy itself made people even more curious. A few fans went as far as zooming into photos, trying to see details, but most agreed it highlighted how seriously Meghan and Harry take protecting their children's privacy. That curiosity hasn't faded. Over time, the limited public images of Archie and Lilibet have turned into an ongoing internet discussion. Every time a new photo appears, no matter how blurred or distant, it quickly becomes a topic of analysis and debate. Supporters often praise the couple for setting firm boundaries, while critics question how privacy fits alongside a very public life. Then, late last year, another moment added fuel to the conversation. A holiday card began circulating online, claiming to show Archie and Lilibet clearly. The image spread quickly, and many people believed it was authentic. However, it was later revealed that the image was not official and had been digitally created using artificial intelligence. That incident shifted the discussion in a new direction. It showed how online curiosity can sometimes cross into misinformation, even when there's no confirmation from the family involved. It also highlighted a growing challenge in the digital age: how easily realistic images can be created and shared without context. Amid all this public debate, there's another side that receives far less attention. According to people close to the couple, Meghan keeps private traditions for her children that are never meant for public view. She has spoken about writing personal messages for Archie and Lilibet, digital letters meant only for them, to be read when they're older. She describes it as a kind of time capsule, focused on memories rather than images. There are also small, meaningful gestures that stay out of the spotlight, like reusing personal family items to mark milestones. These moments aren't shared publicly, and that may be intentional. So here, we are, two children connected to one of the most famous families in the world, yet largely kept out of public view. Some believe there may one day be a carefully chosen moment when Meghan and Harry introduce their children more openly, on their own terms. Others believe that moment may never come. What makes this story especially complex is the balance between privacy and visibility. Meghan continues to work in public spaces, projects, events, and creative ventures that rely on storytelling and connection. At the same time, she draws a clear line when it comes to her children. That contrast is what keeps people talking. How do you remain visible while protecting what matters most? Perhaps that's the question at the heart of this story. For now, Archie and Lilibet remain mostly unseen, growing up away from cameras while the world continues to speculate. Whether that changes in the future remains to be seen. This is Royal Daily Report, bringing you thoughtful coverage and multiple perspectives. Subscribe and stay connected for more updates.